فيكس.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله يحب الصابرين. What this ayah is telling us is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the people who are patient. It is no secret that the advancements in technology has made a great impact on us and our mind on making everything that we do make us think that anything that we do happens in an instant. For example, cell phones. Anything we have, like messaging apps, these things are instantaneous. They make our mind think that anything we want to happen will happen whenever we want it to happen. You see, before Google was created, in 1997, like the year before Google was founded, you had to read in a book to get information. It wasn't easy getting information before browsers and apps and app stores and all these things were created. It wasn't easy. You had to look through books, hours and hours, looking through the book trying to get your information. It's very hard. Nowadays, all you have to do, oh, what is this? What is that? Google instantly tells you what it is, or any type of browser, anything, Firefox, all of these things. Apps also do anything, instant entertainment. All of these things made our mind think that anything we want happens whenever you want, and that is a really big contributor to corruption. I remember when I was in 7th grade, and I asked my friend, out of nowhere, just a random question, and I told my friend, what do you think patience is? Like, what do you think it is? And I was in the lunch line, right? It takes a really long time. And he said, oh, waiting in this line for like 1,000,000 years, being sarcastic, of course. Then I thought right there, like a lot of people always associate patience with time. Always time, waiting in a long line or waiting for a test for a long time. Key word here, time, a very long time. And that is a very big misconception, brothers and sisters, because time is only a subject of patience. It isn't patience. The real definition of patience is to be able to withstand inconveniences without complaining, without even inside of yourself complaining. Many people are always just standing there, like as in a line, not saying a single word, but inside burning, because they're so annoyed. Why is this line taking so long? It's so annoying, this and that. That's not real patience. Real patience isn't complaining at all. You're regular when something is really long or something is really tedious or annoying. You see, Islam categorized patience into 4 main groups. The first category is performing ibadah. You see, many people have a really big problem into this, I guess, subject, because for one big reason. For example, fasting. In fasting, you assume you don't eat water, you don't drink water, you don't eat food for almost 17 hours. How hard is that? It's like something that nobody even heard about. And people are so like amazed at how like we can fast for like 17 hours, how hard it is. You see, fasting is very hard. Also, you see, when I go to my school, my friend always goes up to me and tells me, oh, like, how do you fast? How do you do that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't just give us fasting for any old reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us patience so we can strengthen our power to control our desires. So we can control our patience and control our desires and be able to become more patient, to strengthen our patience. You see, also research shows that fasting can reduce stress and also reduce weight faster. The reason being, like for example, every time when I'm like not fasting, I'm always thinking about what am I gonna eat next? So where am I gonna go to a restaurant? Or is it my mom going to cook like good food or whatever? All of these like random questions. There's a little bit of what it's called, like annoying, just kind of this little nudge in my brain, right? And when I'm fasting, I don't have this annoyance in my mind. I don't have this thought in my mind because I know that at this time or at this time, I'm going to get food, I'm regular, all of this. So I don't have this annoyance in my mind all of the time. The second category is avoiding the things that are haram. This is also very hard. For example, in my school, we usually go to the school lunch at 12:30. In our lunch, we have hamburgers, we have a whole bunch of other lunches, all of these things, but other lunches I don't really like. They're not really that good. But the thing I like is hamburgers. Like, hamburgers are really good. Everyone likes hamburgers. So when I look at this hamburger, I'm like, oh, I want this hamburger. But the thing is that this hamburger is haram. And I have to be patient on my hunger, on my tiredness, on all of this time, almost, 4 hours not eating, 5 hours not eating, waiting until 12:30 so I can eat. I have to be patient that I don't eat this haram hamburger so I don't get a sin. The third category of patience is to be patient on the death of a loved one or sickness. To be patient on sickness is very, very hard. In my opinion, one of the hardest ones, hardest things that you could be patient on. You see, when I was younger, I used to have this pet, and this pet died, and it hurt me so much. Like, how crazy it is, this ni'mah that you had, this thing that was living and breathing, and it just disappeared like that. How crazy it was to me, because this thing I had, and it just went away. And it was so hurtful to me. See, even this, just a tiny little thing, a pet, isn't even a human. See how much it hurts you mentally? Imagine a human, a loved one dying, that you know dies, how hard it is to handle. Also, the third, last category, actually, what is it called? Sickness. I forgot about that. Sickness is also very hard to handle because you're tired, you can't walk, you can't talk, you can't do anything. You're just sitting there, not being able to do anything, especially fevers or any of these like crazy diseases. They're very hard to handle because you feel horrible, you feel like you can't do anything, you feel trapped. And Allah encourages us to become patient, to become strong on these things. Last category is to be patient on teaching things, especially religion. Religion is very hard to teach because it is not easy to get someone to accept your idea. You see, when I was beginning to make my lectures, I began with like teaching children lectures and like saying lectures to children and stuff like that. And it was really hard to maintain no stress, to stay happy and to be regular to these children because like they're annoying. Like sometimes they're annoying and they do annoying things. So it's hard to not get stress from these children. Now imagine your mom or your father trying to raise you when you're a child. How much patience it requires you to raise this child, how hard it is. Because I'm teaching like children around like 7 years old or 10 years old, like regular people who have almost developed brains who can think for themselves. How hard it is just for these type of people. Now imagine teaching a baby. A baby can't even think for its own, well, it can't think, but like it's not as developed as a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old who can like talk and walk and all of these things. A baby breaks things, does all of these things that are super annoying. How much patience it requires the parents, the mom and the father, for them to raise a child. Now, religion. It's very hard to teach someone religion. You see, when you go up to someone and tell you, like, oh, do this, do that, and whatever, you start telling them to do these things, they start taking you down. They start taking down your ideals, start wronging you for what you believe, because they think that whatever you believe is wrong. And it's really hard to make someone to perform your religion, to believe in your religion, and do what your religion says. Now look at Ahlul Bayt, specifically Imam Hussein. You see, Imam Hussein, do you know why Imam Hussein is so famous and so looked forward to? It is because he had patience and sacrifice. Now, Imam Hussein sacrificed the things that was special to him, the things that was important. Now you see, earlier in my lecture, I talked about just this pet that hurt me so much. Now imagine your whole family dying in front of you, in front of your eyes. Now look, my pet just died a regular old death. This is something crazy, like a regular death. Imam Hussein's family died a death by another human being. This is another level of patience that it requires. Also, Imam Hussein had a 6-month-old child who died in his hands. How hard it is to handle something like this? Imam Hussein had a lot of patience, so much patience. You see, all of these types of patience, there's many more types of patience than just these. You see, all of these types of patience that I said over here, Imam Hussein did all of them. He did ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, you have to teach these people Islam by sacrificing yourself, by teaching the people. He did that by sacrificing himself and his family just to get Islam. He avoided haram. He didn't cuss at people. He didn't start talking to people bad things. He didn't get annoyed. He didn't do that. He continued to teach the people with like dedication, and he wanted to teach the people. Also, he had patience over his loved ones dying. Like, how hard is it to handle something dying? It's super hard. Teaching and knowledge. You see, in the end of all of these struggles, all of these types of patience, Imam Hussein achieved a goal that will affect Islam all the way to Judgment Day. Imam Hussein was able to awaken the people about Islam, to teach the people about Islam, what Islam really is and what it is. Inshallah, all of us brothers and sisters will learn to become more patient by the actions of Imam Hussein, looking at what Imam Hussein has done to influence Islam, and to do everything, well, to learn from everything that Imam Hussein done. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كل أرض كربلاء، وكل يوم عاشوراء، وكل شهر محرم. السلام على الدماء الزاكيات، السلام على الهمم العاليات، السلام على أنوار الكون والكائنات، السلام على الراضين برضا الله، السلام على شهداء كربلاء. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. هم أهل بيت الله آل رسوله والعروة الوثقى لكل موحد، وهم الحقيقة أصلها وفروعها ومعادن الأسرار عين المورد. من لي بأقمار يبدد نورهم عتم الغياهب والظلام الأسود، لا تستقيم صلاتنا إلا بهم، فهم الهداة إلى الصراط الأوحد. مد الإله ضلالهم في كوننا بضياء نور من غدير سرمدي، أنقى من النور النقي نقاؤهم، لولاهم الظلماء لم تتبدد. صلوا على طه النبي محمد والسادة الأطهار آل محمد. Now please help me welcome the founder of the Islamic House of Wisdom, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Ilahi. فليتفضل مصحوبا بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah one more time, and thank you Brother Adam and Brother Nabil for your nice words. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Thumma salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina wa Habib Qulubina Abil Qasim Muhammad wa ala alihi al-tayyibin al-tahirin wa sahbihi al-muntajabin. Good words, Adam. How you remember before Google? I don't think you remember when Google started. So I remember when fax machine started, you know, almost, when was it, like 40 years ago? More than 40 years ago, right? Like I was in Tehran and they said, do you know there is something, they call it fax. And this is like, if you are in London, you just put a letter in a machine, and at the same time, you can see the letter in Tehran. I said, it's impossible. How? I said, yeah, I said, serious? You can do such a thing? That is what I remember. Like fax machine was like the biggest thing now. I mean, when I moved to this country almost 25, 26 years ago, still people didn't have cell phone, right? Didn't have cell phone at that time. And if they had like it was a big deal, like in the car and have an antenna on it, and you know, even if you want to call like from here to Beirut at that time, I think you had to call the telephone company. It was not just directly you take the telephone and you call Beirut right away. So the first time that we had that, oh, there is cell phone now, it's called mobile phone. And you can take it the first time that somebody is in Mecca, and as you are doing tawaf, you can talk with your home here in Dearborn. And you are saying labbaik. So, wow, it's amazing. You are in Mecca, you are doing tawaf, and at the same time, you can talk with your family. It's a wireless thing. Then we heard about email, that you can check your email anywhere in the world. Somebody can send you a message, and if you have access to your computer, we didn't have laptop at that time. So you go to the hotel, they have computer, and then you check, and they can send you a message. And that was amazing for us, that wow, honestly, you can be anywhere in the world, and somebody send you a message, and you check it right away. And that happened. Now these are old news, right? These are old news. We didn't even had dream about like Facebook and Twitter and all these things are going on in internet today. But alhamdulillah, you know, all the search that we do online, that, you know, when Allama Amini, Allah yarhamahu, when he was writing like Al-Ghadir, he had to travel years and years and years for like 30, 40 years. And he goes from country to country, like looking for one book. And then he heard, for example, that, yeah, that book is in a library in Cairo. And then he goes and they said, no, you cannot read it. Then he started begging, please, just can I have this book for one night, right? And now it's, you have this like smartphone and you have everything. I mean, you have ocean of information and about anything you want to, any مسألة فقهية or عقائدية or أخلاقية or عائلية or شخصية or اقتصادية or ثقافية, whatever, it's there. So alhamdulillah, now the bad thing is that people use this instead of education and information. They are wasting their time. So that is really a tragedy that we are facing. But alhamdulillah that you are here and you also talk about time. I thought that because last Sunday the time changed, you mentioned time. So a lot of people, now that we save 1 hour, what do you want to do with this 1 extra hour? Want to sleep with that? I mean, one more hour of sleeping, or 1 more hour of studying a book, or a good conversation with our parents, with our children, with our neighbors. It's bad that we have all these tools of communication, still we don't talk to each other. You know, it's so bad. It's a more distance. But one person who made this communication is Imam Hussein. How many million people now are in Karbala these days? Unbelievable. I mean, 10 million, 50 million, I don't know. They said like last year 20 million, maybe 20 million is a little exaggeration, because I mean, if the whole entire population of Iraq come to demonstration, how many people live in Iraq? I mean, is it like 25 million, and there are Shia and there are Sunni, and But I know that there are millions of other people from Iran, from Pakistan, from Arabic countries, and even from here, from Dearborn. So many friends that we knew, and they said goodbye, we are going to Karbala. And they are يمشون على الأقدام. That's amazing that for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers, some people are just walking day and night, ليل ونهار. And the weather is cold. I mean, night is really cold now. And مشاكل أمنية والإرهاب والتكفير they have all this threat of the terrorists. But now I'm scared. They have no fear. What kind of gravity is this? What kind of attraction? What did Imam Hussein? Well, he said just one thing. هل من ناصر ينصرني? Is there someone to answer my call? Those ignorant guys, they didn't understand, but now, because Imam Hussein was haqq, truth, because of that, he created that much light, that much energy, that much movement, that much gravity, and that much love, that much loyalty. It's just amazing what is going on. That millions and millions of people, what happened to Saddam and all this power that they had? And these stupid Saudis, they don't want to learn that you cannot, يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ. How can you turn the light of the Lord with your mouth? It's impossible. وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورِهِ. Because He is نُورُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah is the source of light of the heavens and the earth. You can't turn it off. You can't. So also, when you talk about sabr, like Imam Hussein, sabr, patience, is one of the makarim al-akhlaq, and this is why almost 90 times, a little bit less or more, maybe in the Quran, the issue of sabr. There are so many other qualities and characteristics and sifat al-haq, sifat al-khair in Karbala, whether Imam Hussein and his friends, his families. We are talking about so many great qualities, but the sabr is central. Because if you don't have patience, you cannot have any other qualities, right? Because anything is about the struggle, anything about action, anything about education, and all of these are hard. How are you going to educate ignorant people about Islam? Those who curse us day and night, and those who think that every Muslim is this, and not only Muslim, they insult Prophet Muhammad. Na'udhu billah. I just got a letter, 5 pages, few days ago, in telling me, and he put even his name and his address and telephone number and everything. Because lots of time we get letter here, and hate letters, but it's fake name and fake address. But this one is real. 5 pages. And it says, if you call yourself moderate Muslim. I said, first of all, I didn't call myself moderate Muslim. When did I say that? Because I said, I'm a Muslim. If they're moderate Muslim, then your interpretation, what you mean by moderate Muslim. But he is insulting and Nabi alayhi salam, na'udhu billah, in a way unbelievable. And you can understand that this guy is absolutely jahil. He is absolutely ignorant. He doesn't know Prophet Muhammad. He never met with the right Muslim, with a true Muslim. If they knew us, they wouldn't talk like that. If they knew good example of Muslims, they wouldn't say such a thing. So now, if we talk about the qualities, the makarim al-akhlaq that Imam Hussein and that made Arbaeen, that made us to be here in different part of this world and different time, 1400 years later because of this makarim al-akhlaq. And I look at 30 of them, that if you really are Husseyniyun, then we have to learn this sifat. Then we have to be a good example. That's the best thing to fight Islamophobia if you are a good Muslim. If we set a good example, that's the best. You know, sometimes those Americans that they face Islamophobia say, no, 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 you are wrong. I know a Muslim, I have a Muslim friend, and he is a great man, so you are wrong. Because they know someone, they don't accept this ignorance. So there are 30 qualities that they are makarim al-akhlaq about Imam Hussein. Ikhlas, sincerity. And I didn't put it in order, it's just like any word came to my mind. Infaq, charity, ithar, sacrifice. And you are counting it, right? If I start, so what number we are, you know what number we are, right? Taqwa or piety, tawadu, humbleness, al-hikmah, wisdom, al-hilm, patience, al-mahabba, love and compassion, as-salam, peacefulness, al-shaja'a, courage, al-dhikr, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-shukr, the culture of gratitude, al-iffa, modesty, al-ta'aqul, being thoughtful, al-yaqeen, certainty, al-adab, courtesy, al-tawakkul, trust, faith, al-ukhuwa, brotherhood, al-i'tidal, moderation, al-islah, reconciliation, al-ilm, knowledge, al-afw, forgiveness, al-adl, fairness, justice, al-tahajjud, meditation, al-khair, goodness, al-tabassum, happiness and the bringing a smile in someone's heart and someone's faith, al-ibadah, the spirit of prayer and worship, al-wafa'u bil-ahd, to keep your words, to keep your promise. How many so far? Looks like 30, right? Did anybody come? Almost. But then the opposite, because if you want to talk about any of this, it takes a lot of time, right? But patience, as I said, is fundamental. Because if you want to be a peaceful person, you cannot provide peace if you are not patient, right? Ilm, if you want to educate people who are ignorant, that's a big job. You cannot do it without patience. If you want to be a person of reconciliation, how can you bring reconciliation? Somebody who hurt you, somebody who brought pains to you, if you are not patient. If you want to be humble, you need to be patient. If you want to be loving, you need to be patient. If you want to be a person of charity, all of these qualities, you cannot win anything in your life if you are not patient, right? You cannot. And most of the problems and the difficulties is impatience, like in the family, individuals, community, all of this craziness in the world and fighting and warmongering, people have no patience. But on the other side, those who are against Imam Hussein, so far we are talking about Imam Hussein. These are quality of Ansar al-Hussein and Awlad al-Hussein. While you go to the other army, it's full of al-jahl, it's ignorance, al-takabbur, arrogance, al-hasad, jealousy, al-ghafla, negligence, al-istihza, to making other people down, intiqam, retaliation, bughd, hatred, غلوب, extremism, بخل, meanness, تملق, التملق, to put yourself down, الخيانة, treason, betrayal, سيطرة الشيطان, domination of devil, حب الدنيا, too much love for material, النفاق, hypocrisy, قساوة القلب, to somebody's heart to be so hard, الطمع, greed, الظلم, injustice, النسيان, forgetfulness, العصبية, like prejudice, في قلوبهم مرض, like there is disease in their heart. They say at the day of judgment, لَكُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلْ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. If we had listened, we were not in hell. You know, Imam Hussein was trying to talk to them. They were not listening. That was the problem. Right? They were not listening. Imam Hussein said, كُونُوا أَحْرَانًا. If you don't have deen, okay, you don't have deen. You don't have faith in God. But at least have some dignity, some al-hurriya. What happened to your conscience? Al-hurriya, freedom. What happened to that? Imam Hussein is talking about ma kunna nasma. They were not listening. Imam said, irja'u ila uqulikum, at least, you know, return to your reason. Do you have rationality? Can you think? Can you use your brain? So what we see in Karbala, brothers and sisters, and then Arbaeen, you see two kinds of army. Army of evil, axis of evil, he used to call, an army of Allah, army of truth. Imam Hussein chose to be agent of truth. The other guys, they chose to be agents of evil. So you have two groups, A'la Aliyin, as the Quran calls it, and Asfal al-Safili. So you see, Makarim al-Akhlaq, those 30 qualities, Makarim al-Akhlaq, and then you have Asfal al-Safilin, Radha'il al-Akhlaq. And this is the philosophy, the foundation of this fight that ended in the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. To the point that Imam Hussein had no any other option except to die. But he chose to die out of dignity. Because that was the only option. What was the other option? Al-Bay'ah, al-Dhillah, humiliation, submission to an evil guy like Yazid, and to accept his dictatorship and terrorism and tyranny and corruption and hypocrisy and evilness. Imam Hussein was not going to accept that. So there is no any other khiyar, no any other option except as istishhad, martyrdom. And Imam Hussein chose to do that because he thought that it's worth it. It's worth it. Because when you defend haqq, when you defend this makarim al-akhlaq, when you defend truth, is different from those who came to Karbala and said, "Kam tahibul lana, how much you give us to kill Imam Hussein?" Can you imagine? They say, if you give us some money, we kill Imam Hussein. So we have those people who chose the Hayatul Arifin alaykum salam, and those who chose Hayatul Ghafilin, a life of awareness and a life of ignorance. So something that we learn, brothers and sisters, from Imam Hussein is that, first of all, looking at these muwasifat and these qualities, you are dealing with Shajarat al-Nubuwwah, Shajar al-Mubarakah. On the other side, we see Shajar al-Khabitha. And to be a good example, I mean, that is really our challenge in this country, to be a good example, and that's the, yeah, no problem. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Ahlul Bayt taught us to be kunu lana zayna, be like beautiful, wa la takunu alayna shayna. Because, you know, when you look at the Muslim community, it's bad to see that Muslim youth deal with drugs. I said it in Friday prayer today. To have alcohol in our houses, to have some community members, they think that they can earn money by gambling. So that's not a good example. That is the main thing. Of course, education, to educate other people, to bring understanding, to talk with other faith traditions, to focus on our commonality, that as human beings, there are certain things that, you know, bring us together as human beings. So an Ahlul Bayt really taught us a lot of this quality. When Imam Ali said, "Kunu kan-nahla," like a honeybee, right? "La takunu ka-dhubab." Don't be like a mosquito. Because Imam is saying that kun kan-nahla idha akalta tayyiba, right? Wa idha wada'ta tayyiba. You know, these honeybees that they eat right stuff, they sit down on the flowers and they eat good thing, and then وَإِذَا وَدَعْتَ تَيِّبًا, the result is asad, right? They bring honey. But the opposite is mosquito, the flies, right? They eat dirty stuff. Like if you are there and like the dhubab comes, you're looking where is it dirty, or there is some blood or some bomb or something in your body. They go in wherever the dirty area is, right? And and then the result is the dhubab, the flies, is not going to give you asad, it's give you like poison. Imam is saying that kunu kan-nahla, like a dhubab. And they were doing such a thing. Imam Hussein himself was an example. So sometimes I think, we come and we cry for Imam Hussein, but maybe Imam Hussein is crying for us more than we cry for him, right? Because sometimes we deserve to be cried with everything that's going on. So Imam Hussein, and sabruhu, wa afwuhu, wa sidquhu, wa wafa'uhu, these are really the quality of Imam Hussein. That is what they said. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر, right? This is the quality that we learn from Ahlul Bayt, the Salat. Our kids should pay lots of attention to prayer. الصلاة عمود الدين إن قبل ما سواها وإن رد ما سواها. Prayer. Like today, Sheikh Ahmed, now you are here, I'm saying it because, I saw the wise, this student, Islamic school, and this is Arbaeen, and this is Friday. And they closed the school almost the time of Salatul Jummah, and I saw all these kids, our kids, who come to Islamic school. And they learn all about Salat and the Quran, but they left the masjid exactly at the time of Salat on Friday on Arbaeen. That's not a good example, right? Maybe some technicalities that, their parents come and the car and back and forth. But we have to change this culture that pay attention to Salat and pay attention to Salat al-Jama'ah. Something that I envy our Sunni brothers and sisters, this ihtimam ala salat. Ihtimam ala salat. 5 times a day, many of them, they go to the salat, and on Friday, really, their masajid is full of musallin. So we need to learn the salat from Imam Hussein. And if we can pray in our houses as a family, and the father stands and, the kids, they pray with their dad or they pray with their mom, I think that is a good example that We learn from Imam Hussein, from his faith, from his courage, from his generosity, from his commitment, and from his salat, and from his sabr. They are really good example for us. And then we take this example to other people. That is bad time, brothers and sisters, that, you know, those who follow Imam Hussein and show this love, they are hated by ISIS, they are hated by all these criminals. But look at the history. If you look at the history, we see Imam Hussein always won. Always won all of these battles. You know, don't worry about the Saudis that they want to fight with everybody. They want to fight with Yemen, they want to fight with Qatar, they want to fight with Lebanon, they want to fight with Iran, they want to fight, I don't know, these stupid guys. And when it comes to Iran, they bring the Shia. You know, in Lebanon, they bring the Shia. But, you know, so what? What really you have in your mind? I mentioned today that I was reading an article 3 days ago in New York Times that this Thomas Friedman, he wrote an article. He said, you know what is problem with these guys? It's not about Islamism or fundamentalism or about ISIS or about, you know, Taliban or about Al-Qaeda. None of this is the real problem of these Saudis. The real problem is what? Alzheimer. He said that is the real problem. They forget what happened to Saddam. They forget what happened to Mubarak. They forget what happened to Shah Iran. And they are doing the same thing. So they forget. And Nisyan. And Imam Hussein was there to ذَكِرْهُمْ بَأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ, to remind them so they remember. But unfortunately, they are not going to remember, and they are going to go the same way that, you know, other guys before the other Yazid. Now this guy chose to be Yazid of our time. This bin Salman, he is Yazid of this time, but he's not going to be better destiny than the Yazid of that time. So we say salam to Imam Hussein and salam to those millions and millions of people who are marching, have been marching towards Karbala from all these different Muslim countries and Arab countries and all over the world. And we pray for their safe trip, that inshallah they have a safe ziyarah and they return safely. And may Allah accept their ziyarah, and may Allah consider and include us in thawab of lovers of Imam Hussein and Muhibbin al-Hussein alayhi salam. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
We have Brother Sheikh Ahmed. He's going to recite for us on this occasion of Arbaeen. Are you going to say some word, Brother Hajj Nabil, Brother Nabil? So we welcome Nabil, and with his announcement, with salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
We have announcement for this Friday, November 17. It's teen meet and greet. They can have a question and answers about Islam, to share ideas and thoughts from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. And they will have a free pizza and refreshment too. So Friday, November 17, 4:30 to 6 p.m.
What about Sunday? Did they mention Sunday service?
What do we have?
Yeah, on Sunday we have 11:30. We meet here at 11:30 on Sunday. The kids are with Brother Hussein. We have class for kids on Sunday at 11:30. And then we have a little chatting and conversation. Then we pray together, and at the end we are going to have a light lunch. Tonight we are going to have a light dinner, by the way. Don't go anywhere. We have something to eat. but on Sunday is at 11:30. So inshallah, it's a family gathering and
it's a good program. Thank you.
Okay. السلام عليك يا سيدي يا أبا عبد الله، لأجلك الأرض بكت وبكت لأجلك السماء، لأجلك تزينت الأنهار بلون الدماء، لأجله كل وصي بكى بكاه كل الأنبياء. إنه سيدي أبا عبد الله له نور ليس كنور الشمس بل أسطع، يتدلى من وجهه الدامي ثم يتفرع ليضم كل الوهاد وينزل كل البلاد ثم يتنزل من جسمه الحاني حنانا لكي يطلع مع كل شهقة قمر مع كل ذفرة سحر لكي يجمع كل آلام العباد كل آمال الثواد ويتجمع في حنايا الفؤاد ويتقطع. السلام عليك يا سيدي يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأناخت برحلك. والآن نبقى مع مجلس العزاء وآيات من الذكر الحكيم مع الميرزا الحج أحمد حمدان، فليتفضل مشكورا مصحوبا بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
أفلح من عاد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا رسول الله، وعلى آلك الطيبين الطاهرين المظلومين المضطهدين. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله حسين يا قتيل العدا ومسلوب العمامة والرداء. يا ليتنا كنا معكم فنفوز فوزا عظيما. قم جدد الحزن في العشرين من صفري، ففيه ردت رؤوس الآل للحفرين أطفالهم ذبحت فيها خذوا تربها كحلا إلى البصر ولهفتاه لبنات الطهر يوم رمت إلى مصارع قتلاهن والحفر رمين بالنفس من فوق النياق على يا تلك القبور بصوت هائل فتلك تدعو حسينا وهي لاطمة منها الخدود ودمع العين وتلك تصرخ وجداه وأبتاه وتلك تصرخ ويتماه في الصغر يا دافن الرأس عند الجثة احتفظوا يا بالله لا تنثروا يا تربا على يا قمري والله يا حسين يم قبرك لفنا والله دق عايد وشوف ايش صار بينا والله من يومك لهذا 40 والله من يومك لهذا 40 الصادق سلام الله عليه زر الحسين جائعا عطشا شعثا مغبرا فإنه قتل جائعا عطشانا. نعم من هنا فإن الإمام زين العابدين كلما نظر إلى طعام أو شراب يبكي ويقول كيف آكل وقد قتل والد الحسين جائعا وكيف أشرب وقد قتل أبي عطشانا ويلي أنا أشرب لذيذ الماء حاشا والله حاشا واهل قضاء وكلهم عطاشا والله وحسين الرمل أصبح فراشا. نعم في مثل هذه الأيام قبل يوم 40 وبعد عودة السبايا من الشام صارت بنات رسول الله بالقرب من أرض كربلاء، لأنهم وصلوا أرض كربلاء يوم 20 من صفر، بعد أن وصلوا إلى مفرق طريقين، طريق يمضي بهم إلى المدينة رأسا وطريقا يمر بهم على العراق. استشار الحال الإمام زين العابدين قائلا: سيدي ومولاي أي الطريقين أسلك بكم؟ سمعت الحوراء زينب ذلك، دنت بناقتها من ابن أخيها زين العابدين وهي تقول له: يا ابن أخي قل للحادي يعرج بنا على كربلاء لكي نجدد العهد بزيارة الغريب أبي عبد الله. أمره الإمام زين العابدين بذلك، عرج بهم الحادي على كربلاء. لما لاحت نوائح كربلاء لزينب بكت ونادت وحسين يا نازل نبي كربلاء هل عندكم خبر بقتلانا وما أعلامها ما حال جثة ميت في أرضكم بقيت ثلاثا لا يزار مقامها. كان جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري صاحب رسول الله عند قبر الحسين سلام الله عليه، يقول عطية العوفي: خرجت مع جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري زائرا قبر الحسين بن علي. لما وردنا كربلاء دنا جابر من شاطئ الفرات، اغتسل ثم اتزر بإزار، ارتدى بآخر ثم فتح صرة فيها سعد فنشرها على بدنه، ثم لم يخطو خطوة إلا وذكر الله تعالى حتى دنا من القبر الشريف. قال: ألمسنيه يا عطية. ألمسته إياه فخر على القبر مغشيا عليه، رششت عليه شيئا من الماء، لما أفاق قال: يا حسين لا يجيب حبيبا وأنا لك بالجواب وقد شخبت أوداجك على أثواجك وفرق بين رأسك وبدنك. أشهد أنك ابن خير النبيين وابن سيد المؤمنين وحليف التقوى وسليل الهدى وخامس أصحاب الكسايا وابن فاطمة الزهراء. فطب حيايا وطب ميتا، غير أن قلوب المؤمنين غير طيبة بفراقك ولا شاكة في حياتك، فعليك سلام الله ورضوانه. يقول عطية: بينما نحن كذلك وإذا بسواد طلع من ناحية الشام. قلت: يا جابر هذا سواد قد طلع من ناحية الشام. قال جابر لعبده: انطلق إلى هذا السواد واتنا بخبره، فإن كان من أصحاب عبيد الله بن زياد فارجع إلينا لعلنا نلجأ إلى ملجأ، وإن كان الإمام زين العابدين فأنت حر لوجه الله. مضى العبد فما كان أسرع من أن رجع وهو يقول: يقول يا جابر قم واستقبل حرم الله، هذا إمامك زين العابدين قد جاء بعماته وأخواته. قام جابر يمشي حافي القدمين مكشوف الرأس إلى أن دنا من الإمام زين العابدين. قال الإمام أجابر هذا؟ قال نعم يا ابن رسول الله. قال يا جابر ها هنا قتل أبي الحسين، يا جابر ها هنا قتلت رجالنا، ها هنا ذبحت أطفالنا وسبيت نساؤنا. أما مولاتنا زينب سلام الله عليها فقد رمت بنفسها من على ظهر الناقة. نعم ما تحملت، وهكذا بنات الرسالة رمين بأنفسهن من على ظهور النياط. أقبلت زينب إلى قبر أخيها الحسين، احتضنت تراب القبر، جعلت تبله بدموع عينيها وهي تنادي قالوا وكانت تحمل شيئا تحت ردائها، كلما أخرجته لما أخرجته وإذا هو رأس أخي الحسين. ويني يا راياسك يا خويا تحيرت بي، والله أدفنا بقبرك يا أخلي، والله يا اخذ الجدك وراويه، والله واحجيه الجرع لنا وبجيه يا جدك وجبت الراس وياي، والله من السبيايا وكانت بي السلوى، والله دقعيت يعزي وجلعت حماي ونشف بردنا دمي عيناي. خويا انا مشيت درب الماء، مشيت والله وذباح خير رافقته، والله من جنة الوالي نخيته، والله شدم والدي وانكار وصيته. ثم قامت من قبر الحسين التفتت إلى الإمام زين العابدين قالت يا ابن أخي قم ودلني على قبر ابن والدي حامي الضعينة أبي الفضل عباس. أخذ الإمام زين العابدين بيدها أقبل بها إلى شاطئ العلقمي. قال عم هذا قبر أخيك يا أبي الفضل عباس. رمت بنفسها على القبر منادية يا عباس من اللي جبتني فاطم ولو خلت الحسين مجددا وقد ما يايت عطشانا بشط فراتي إذا يا لطمت الخد فاطم عنده وأجريت دمع العين في الوجنات والله جينا وعلى قبرك قعدنا والله ونخناك يا عزنا وضمدنا هاي المحامل قوم ردنا والله الأرض المدينة وطن جدنا هاي والله الأرض المدينة وطن جدنا والله أنا بس هاي من الحضر مو قلبي وخلى دليلي والعقل سلبان وخلى وأمس كانوا معي واليوم رحلة وخلى سويد القلب نيران سرية يا والله سويد القلب نيران يا سرية لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل بيت محمد أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. عصارة هذا المجلس في هذه اللحظات اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم يا الله 10 مرات يا الله
يا الله
أعلى أعلى يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله بحق فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها تقبل منا هذا القليل بأحسن القبول يا الله. اللهم لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا سوءا إلا صرفته ولا عيبا إلا سترته ولا خوفا إلا آمنته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته وعافيته بحق مريض كربلاء زين العابدين من على مرضانا بالشفاء العاجل يا الله. اللهم من كان له حاشا في مجلسنا هذا ولك فيها رضا وله فيها صلاح إلا قضيتها ويسرتها يا أرحم الراحمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أما يجيبون كلنا أصحاب حواج ارفعوا صوتكم بالدعاء. أما يجيبون لشفاء المرضى. أما يجيبون لقضاء الحوائج. أما يجيبون لتعجيل الفرج. أما يجيبون اللهم اكشف السوء عنا بظهور الحجة صاحب العصر والزمان. اللهم اجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه ومن المستشهدين بين يديه. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأناخت برحلك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخيه أبي الفضل العباس وعلى أختي الحوراء زينب. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. طبتم وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم وفزتم والله فوزا عظيما. فيا ليتنا كنا معكم فنفوز فوزا عظيما. اللهم لتعجيل الظلمات الحضور لشفاء المرضى على سيد المرضين. وصلنا بدعاء خاصة للروح العمية والشهداء. رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة مشروعة بذكر الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
So inshallah, we are going to have a nice dinner now, right? So we'll see you inshallah on Sunday 11:30. Sunday 11:30 in the morning. We bring your children. It's a family gathering. Brother Hussein is there.